Officials here in Jerusalem are saying off the record that they're not surprised by the anti-Israel remarks that came out of Egypt's first ever presidential debate. Since the fall of President Hosni Mubarak, some of the leading candidates in both the Islamist and secular parties have made Israel their target, attacking the state's legitimacy and questioning the peace treaty that was signed more than 30 years ago. It seems that fanning the public's widespread hostile and even anti-Semitic views has become commonplace, and it continued as millions watched two of the leading candidates face off. Israel was far from the focus of Egypt and the Arab world's first presidential debate, but the little that was said as Moussa and Abdel Abul Fotouh battled it out has gone a long way in reinforcing concerns about fraying Israeli-Egyptian ties. Both candidates used hostile terms to describe Israel. The former Arab League head Moussa called Israel an adversary. The former Muslim Brotherhood member Abul Fotouh chose the word enemy. On the subject of greatest concern to Israel, the staying power of the 1979 Camp David peace accords, both candidates suggested changes could be made. Moussa and Abul Fotouh pledged to, quote, review the peace treaty. Working for former President Hosni Mubarak, who defended and guarded the peace treaty, seems to have had little effect on Moussa. At a recent campaign rally, he went even further than he did on the televised debate, calling the treaty, quote, dead and buried. Almost all of the 13 candidates running to become Egypt's next leader have attacked the validity of the historic peace agreement. Some Israeli officials believe the candidates are just pandering to the masses who never supported the peace treaty to win votes. And they don't believe the treaty will be amended or broken later. But other officials and some experts say the show may go on after the elections. The president-elect could introduce reviews of the treaty into the parliament, which is dominated by Islamist and anti-Israel members. That could put into jeopardy the number of Israeli troops allowed into the Sinai Peninsula, a key security concern for Israel. With another debate scheduled before the first round of voting begins on May 23rd, Israeli officials say they're bracing to hear more hostile remarks. When I asked a source here at the Foreign Ministry if they were able to hold back-channel talks with any of the Egyptian presidential candidates, I got a telling response. The source said to me that in the new Egypt, everything is about progress, pluralism, and openness, except that is when it comes to Israel. No one in the political arena is talking to Israeli officials. They're going to have to wait until the new president is elected, which is expected to be in June after a second runoff vote. Jordana Miller, JN1, Jerusalem.